Are you tired of digging through a pile of paper receipts whenever you need to make warranty claims or keep track of your spending? Or either you lose them entirely? What if I tell you there's a way that you can manage them digitally? Hi, I'm Gaurav from KnowHow Academy. In today's world, receipts are everywhere, whether it's groceries, electronics, or apparel. But keeping track of them is a hassle. They fade, they get lost, or impossible to find whenever you need them the most. Now, that's where a digital receipt tracker application comes in. With few clicks, you can upload your receipt, categorize them, and access all your receipts whenever you need, whether you want to make warranty claim, a tax claim, or even keep track of your spending. This app make our life easy and simple. Now, before moving further, let me tell you what you are going to learn in this video. In this video, we are going to create our digital receipt tracker application in Power Apps by using SharePoint as our data source. Also, we will make necessary validation when we will be adding our receipt data. Then we will implement filtering in our gallery so that we can filter our receipt data. So first, in my SharePoint, I have created a SharePoint list which is named as receipts. Now I have created a column store name which is a text type column. In the category, I have selected three categories: electronics, groceries, and apparel. Now after that, I have my purchase date which is a date time column, and in that I have selected the date only. I have not included the time. Similarly, our warranty expiry date. First of all, I will add a sample record here. In the store name, I will name it store A. Category will be electronics. Purchase date, I will set it to 1. So for the expiry date, I will set it to 1/1/26. For the attachment, I have a document receipt. I will click on save, and here it's added. Now I have added my sample record. I will hide my title column first because I don't need my title column. Now I will create my application. So for that, I will go to Power Apps. After that, I will create a blank application, and it will be a digital receipt tracker app. I have written the wrong spelling. Let me correct it. Sorry for the mistake. Then I will click create. Now in the screen one, I will name it receipt dashboard. Then I will take a vertical gallery to show our records from our list. So I will write here SharePoint, select my SharePoint site and my list, which will be receipts. After that, I will drag it, adjust the width of our gallery. The layout, I will select title only, and here instead of text, I will write store name. Then I will increase the font size. After store name, I will display my category. So here will be our category dot value. After our category, I will display the purchase date. So here I will write purchase date, and like purchase date, I will take our warranty expiry date. Now we will take a rectangle for the header, copy the rectangle again, paste it. Now I will place it here, and with the help of text label, I will add the headers. So this will be store name, font size, I will give it 18, weight semi bold, and color will be white. Similarly, I will add our category here. Let me write category, then our purchase date. So here I will write purchase date. After that, warranty expiry date, warranty expiry date. I will copy the label here, paste, place in the middle. I will name it receipt dashboard. After increasing the size, I will increase the font size also, and the weight I will set it to bold. Then we need another screen for adding and editing our receipts. So here I will insert an add icon. In the advanced section, I will create a variable for add. I will set a variable var form whose value will be new, and here var form will be added. After closing, I will create a new screen, blank screen. First, I will copy my rectangle, paste here. Similarly, the label, paste here. The label will be receipt details. Also, we will take a back arrow to navigate backwards. In the display, I will set the color to white, and on select, I will navigate to my receipt dashboard. Then we need a form. So I will select an edit from here. I will select my list. Now we don't need title, so I will remove the title. Also, we need the receipt attachment. So I will place the attachment here. I will reduce the width. Then I will take a button for submission. So I will take my button, increase the height of my button. Then I will give it a border radius of 100. Button text will be submit, and this is our form. I will name it receipt form. On submit, on select, I will write action submit form, which is a receipt form. So now I will go to my form. In the advanced section on success, I will display a notification. Here I will notify receipt data saved successfully. Notification type will be .success, duration 1000 ms. Then after success, I will navigate back to my receipt dashboard, and this screen will be receipt details. Also in my form, we need to add the default mode. So for that, I will add a condition. So comma, I will write if where form is equal to edit, then our form mode will be edit. If our where form is equal to new, then our form mode will also be new. After formatting, I have added my condition in the mode. So in the item, I will add lookup my list where id is equal to my gallery dot selected dot id. So this is how you can set the reference. Now I will go backwards, and here I will first, in the add icon, I will add reset form and navigate to our receipt details screen. And for the edit icon, we don't need to reset our form, so I will simply navigate to our receipt details screen. Now if I go here, click on add the store name, store B, category groceries, purchase date 8, expiry date 13. If I don't attach a file and click on submit, it's getting stored. Now as you can see, I am storing my data, and without any receipt I uploaded the receipt data. But in our application, this shouldn't happen. So for that, I will add the validation, and for the validation, I will go to my form. First of all, I will set them required. So in the store name, I will set it to true. Store name will be required. Category will also be required. Purchase date will be required. Expiry date, we can take it empty, it doesn't matter. And for the attachment, it also will be true. Now if I go in my purchase date cannot be a future date if we talk logically. So for that, in our data card on change, I will add a condition if self dot selected date is greater than today, then reset self. So for that, now I will check my validations. So after previewing, I will go in my second record. Here nothing is attached. If I select the date greater than our future date, so I cannot change it. And if I click on add and select the date greater than today, it's getting reset. And for the validation, if I click submit here, I am getting my issue that attachment is required. So I will attach our document, click on submit, so it's saved successfully. This is how you can implement validation in your form control. Now for the filter, we will take a drop down and filter our records with respect to categories. So in the drop down one, I will name it CDD, means category drop down. In the items, I will create array. First will be our electronics, next will be our groceries. After that will be our apparel, and we will add another which will be our all. Similarly, let me place my all in front of all the choices. So here default will be all. Now in the filter condition, I will take if cdd dot selected dot value is not equal to all, then filter receipts where category dot value is equal to cdd dot selected dot value and else receipts. It means no filter. After formatting, I will preview all is selected. If I select electronics, I'm getting electronics. Groceries, I'm getting groceries. And if I will add another category, apparel, purchase date, I cannot select the future date. Here I will select 8. I will select the expiry date. The attachment, I have one document only, so I will take receipt. Click on submit. So groceries, if I select apparel, I'm getting apparel. So this is how you can filter by our category. Now also, if I want to implement searching here with our store name, so for that I can take a text input, and in my text input default will be empty. In text I will write search store. I will change the name to search box. Then in my condition I will open a bracket. Here I will write search, then comma, search by our search box dot text, and the column will be our store name. After closing, if I preview search store B, I'm getting store B, store C, and store A. So this is how you can implement searching in your gallery. And with the help of your Dropdown, you can filter by category. And we implemented the validation in our form for adding the receipts. So in this video, we learned to create a digital receipt tracker application in our Power App. Then we implement validation for our purchase date and the attachment requirement. After that, we implement filter and searching in our receipt list gallery.